Okay, let's talk about him.
I want some rest. Are we having fun yet?
Let's talk about Jaden Hardy. I have to say, I'm enthralled by this kid. He is absolutely incredible. Now, I have to talk about this really quickly, okay? I got to get something out of the way. I know it's the elephant in the room. I have to talk to Spurs fans really quickly, okay? I know technically this is a Spurs channel, okay? I am Clan the Spurs fan after all. So I have to talk to the Spurs fans really quickly. Guys, just come to the office. You're not in trouble. Just come into the office, have a seat, let's talk. Really quickly, just get this out of the way. I don't care that he's a guard because I think that's the first thing that people are going to say. We don't need any more guards. Look. We have a lot of quantity, and I'm not going to say they're not quality. Okay, we have some pretty good guards. Okay, we do. But at the end of the day, we don't have a guy like this. We don't have somebody that can go in and get you a legitimate bucket. Okay, we don't have a bucket getter. We don't have a Steph. We don't have a Dame. We don't have a Ja Morant. We don't have a Luka Doncic. We had a Luka Samanic, but we don't have a Luka Doncic. We need a guy like this. Now, I'm gonna go into who he is as a player, his stats. One thing in particular that I found interesting that he said, and I was like, oh, he's a little cocky. I like it. But it's quite a bit about him that I do like, and I'm going to talk about that. But I just want to get that out of the way right now, okay? If the Spurs were to get this type of player, oh my God, okay? Now, let's go ahead and see, where is he projected? He's projected actually right now as it stands 26th, and I've seen a lot of different polls, or not polls, but different mock drafts that have him around 20th. And some, especially quite a few months ago, had him in the top 10. They had him as a lottery pick. So we have no idea where he's going to land. So currently he is in the G League. And let's just look at some of the stats. So this is the NBA G League Ignite Tour, in which he had 21.2 points. Let's see, 39.7 field goal percentage, 33.6 3-point percentage. Let's see, anything else that's noteworthy? 3.9 assists, 4.1 rebounds, 1.2 steals. Nothing here is going to necessarily stand out. Obviously, he's going against some pretty good competition. He's going against pros, so it's going to be a little shaky sometimes. But overall, if you go watch him, he's mwah. I mean, he is incredible. So what do I mean by that? Well, what type of player is he? Well, he's a legitimate combo guard. I know people throw that around quite a bit, like, oh, here's a combo guard, here's a combo guard. If I had to describe him in any way, I feel like he has the base of a Jordan Poole, and he has the ceiling of a potential Dame Lillard. That's what I got from him. Every single time that I watched him play, or every single time that I watched breakdowns of him, that's one thing that stood out to me. He's very fundamentally sound. He's still learning as far as IQ, but it's still stupid high. I mean, the kid can absolutely ball. He can create his own shot. He's very purposeful with the ball. He knows basically what he's gonna do next. Defensively, he's okay. He's decent. But offensively, he is very special, and he has a very silky smooth shot, in which I'm going to show you a little bit that in a minute. Now, before we get into that, this is something that I found super interesting, because when I was watching him, like I said, I promise guys, I did not cheat on this. Okay. When I was watching him, one thing that stood out to me because of his high arcing shot and just his form in general, I was like, he reminds me of Dame Lillard. And then I looked up Jaden Hardy, who is he kind of worked out with before. Well, there we go. Damian Lillard. So this was actually recent, apparently. Well, I guess not that recent, September 2021, but that's kind of recent. And if you scroll down here, yeah, he had a workout with Dame Lillard. He learned quite a bit from him, in which he said he also worked out with James Harden. So he's gotten a lot of experience with NBA players. He's even met LeBron James, as you can see here. So he is getting all of the information that he can soak in as possible. So he's going to be very NBA ready. Now, what shocked me about him the most is that he's only 19 years old. Like, if you watch him play, it doesn't seem like a 19-year-old. It seems like a veteran, maybe a 28, 29-year-old veteran, but that is not the case. He might be one of the most fundamentally sound players in the draft. This is a deep draft, but man, oh man, I love this kid. Now, I wanted to bring up this quote as well before we look at, actually, I want to show you guys this. This is what I'm going to show you. This is pretty cool. Pro Run with Lance Stevenson. I thought was pretty cool. But I do want to talk about this. So this is a quote directly by him or from him. And dude, he is confident. So this is what he had to say about himself. He is betting on himself. If you ask me, I think I'm the best player in this draft. I feel like playing in the NBA G League, I mean, it's the second best league in the world. I've just played in the NBA against guys like Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga. Those guys are getting the good minutes in the NBA. They were just playing against me, so I'm playing against NBA talent level guys in every game. Not only that, I am learning every game. I am becoming more comfortable. I am learning from my mistakes. I'm watching movies, playing against vets. You start taking things. Now, I've done this. I watch movies too. I obviously, you mean more than that. But overall, look, you can kind of see that he's very confident in himself. And if you watch him play, you see that confidence. And honestly, I completely agree with him. He is going against NBA talent. He's learning from NBA talent. And I have to say, every time I see him play, he is silky smooth. So let's take a look at this, because I found this pretty interesting. So this is, as I said, pro run with Lance Stevenson in Las Vegas. And I'll show you quite a bit of it, and you're going to see how good he really is. I really like his and I'm gonna pause on this. I really like his stroke, okay? Nice little rainbow, beautiful. Now, it's one thing in particular that I want to show you, because when I was telling you that he's a combo guard, I meant that, okay? I think a lot of people throw that around, but I meant that. When I said combo, he is combo. So check this out. This is a very sweet dish right here you're about to witness. Jeez, that is so beautiful. He got so much patience. That's another thing too. He can just kind of turn gears pretty quickly. So coming up, you're about to see him really show his handles, because all you've seen thus far is just, you know, some shots here and there. You've seen some really nice passing, but look at this. Step back, beautiful. Oh my goodness, that's sick. This kid is sick. Guys, I really encourage you to look more and more into him, because he is phenomenal. I mean, I like every single thing about his game, and every single time that I watch him, I just get more and more excited, even thinking that we'll have a chance at him, because he can ball. Now, as I always do, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at the pros and cons of what NBA Scouting Live has to say, and I'll give my opinion whether or not I agree with it or not, from what I've seen. So they have him projected at mid to late first round. Like I said, I've seen him everywhere. I've seen him mid, late, and even in the lottery, so who knows. So here's the pros. Good scorer off the dribble, decent shooter, excels at scoring on off-ball motion play. They say it about everybody. Prolific scorer that can put up points in a hurry. That's another thing. He is a spark plug. He can absolutely get hot, and when he's hot, he's not gonna stop. Decent playmaker, adequate rebound for his size, adept at collecting steals, gifted athlete. Yeah, definitely gifted. Cons, streaky shooter, and I think that has something to do with the being in the G League, honestly. Prone to hoisting up questionable shots. Now, I don't think that this is fair. Now, the reason why I don't think this is fair is because oftentimes, as you know, in the G League, it's kind of a guard-dominated league, and it's really kind of a way for guards to really show off what they can do, and sometimes it comes across like a highlight reel. So I don't think that this is necessarily a fair assessment to say that he just hoists up shots. From what I've seen, for the most part, he's pretty purposeful with what he does. So I don't know. I don't think he just throws things up. I think that's kind of misleading. Can play too wildly on offense. Once again, I think it's a little misleading. Tendency to over dribble, which can lead to turnovers. Yes. Can tend to be a ball stopper on offense. Once again, G League. Does not always commit himself to the boards. Well, he's 6'4". Can be undisciplined defensively. He's a decent defender, but yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the summary. All right, Jaden Hardy is a very athletic, skilled combo guard that can shoot and score the basketball. He can score from anywhere on the floor, as he can pull up to effortlessly knock down threes from beyond the arc, and he can consistently drive the ball to the basket to score at the rim. He can sometimes play too recklessly, and he can tend to be a ball stopper on offense, which can lead to some spotty shot selection and turnovers. Still, he is a very talented player, and he is currently projects to go in the mid to late first round range in the 2022 draft. So overall, look, some of these things that they're pointing out, I'm just going to go ahead and say, look, it's the G League, and things like that are going to happen, especially when you're a guard in the G League. You're really trying to show what you can do. So I'm not going to necessarily like just harp on that. But overall, look, he is definitely a guy you want to look at, and he's definitely a guy, if you got him at 20, that's a steal, man. That is an absolute steal because he's so smooth. And I said this, just don't let the Warriors get him. You do not want the Warriors to have this kid at all. Do not let the Warriors get him because they will have a fourth Splash Brother. I mean, the way that he shoots beyond the arc, I don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. It's not going to be a fun time for NBA fans. But overall, look, I really like him, and I really encourage you guys to go look more into him because he is absolutely incredible. You watch him play, he is so silky smooth. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to support the channel, as always, only $2 per month, Patreon, YouTube members. I'll give it to you later. Until next time, deuces.